So hello students, this is the last lecture of polymers and we'll be studying molecular mass and degree of polymerization. So it is very difficult to find out the molecular mass of polymers. So we find out average of the molecular mass. How do you find out the average? We consider the total weight of molecules divided by the number of molecules. So this gives you the average molecular mass of the polymers. But you know molecular mass is a very important entity for polymers because most of the mechanical properties depend on their molecular mass. And another important aspect is degree of polymerization because molecular mass of the polymer depends mostly on the degree of polymerization. So degree of polymerization is the number of monomer units that adds up to give the polymers. So low molecular mass polymers are liable to be brittle and have got low mechanical strength, and high molecular mass polymers will have high strength, they'll be tough and unmanageable. Now, a polymer must possess a molecular mass more than a certain minimum value in order to exhibit the properties of that particular application. So, if it is nylon 6, it has to attain certain molecular mass so that it can exhibit the properties of nylon 6. So, that many monomers has to add up to form a polymer. So, the minimum molecular mass corresponds to the critical degree of polymerization. So the polymerization process has to be controlled under certain stage. ऐसे नहीं that let's say for a polymer 100 molecules add up to form polymer. So it's not like 150 molecules also if they add up will do. No. So for a polymer to have certain minimum quality, the certain minimum molecular mass has to be attained and it has to attain a critical degree of polymerization. There is certain number of molecules, monomer molecules can only add up to form a particular polymer. So for monomers containing hydrogen bonding, the critical degree of polymerization is lower, while for those containing weak molecular forces, they have higher. So a question is asked in the exam. Critical degree of polymerization is low for nylon 6 while it is high for polythene. Explain. So more the molecular forces, intermolecular forces, lower is the critical degree of polymerization. So the lower number of monomers will add up to give you the polymer. So nylon 6 is a polyamide polymer. It has got a strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding as the intermolecular forces. So while in polythene there are weak van der Waals forces as the intermolecular forces. So that is why because of the stronger intermolecular forces the degree of polymerization is lower for nylon 6 and higher for polythene. So more stronger the interactive forces, lower is the degree of polymerization. So let us see what is degree of polymerization. So degree of polymerization is nothing else but the number of monomer units that present in a polymer molecule. So how it is calculated? It is calculated by the polymer molecular weight divided by monomer molecular weight. So this will give you the degree of polymerization. So let's see how we can calculate the degree of polymerization of Teflon if molecular mass of Teflon is 1,20,000 and the molecular weight of tetrafluoroethene, that is the monomer, is 100. So what will be the degree of polymerization? So how many monomers will add up to give the polymer? So molecular mass of polymer is equal to 120,000. Molecular mass of monomer equals to 100. So the degree of polymerization will be 1200. Now these are some of the important questions. What is molecular mass of polymer? What is degree of polymerization? Okay. Now let's come to the next topic, biodegradable polymers. So in biodegradable polymers, they are the polymers which get degraded by the microorganisms and their degraded products do not cause serious effect on the environment. So such the polymers are called biodegradable polymers. So their degraded products will not have any ill effect on the environment. Now which are these polymers? Aliphatic polyesters and polyamides are the large proportion of the polar linkages are one of the important class of biodegradable polymers. So let's see which are the aliphatic polyesters and aliphatic polyamides that form the biodegradable form polymers. So this is PHBV and dextran. PHBV is polyhydroxybutyrate and valerate. And dextran, these are polyester polymers, and aliphatic polyamide polymers are nylon 2 and nylon 6. Nylon 2, nylon 6. So let's see how the poly beta hydroxybutyrate co beta hydroxyvalerate is formed. So it is a copolymer of two bifunctional monomers. This is beta hydroxycarboxylic acid, namely beta hydroxybutyric acid and beta hydroxyvaleric acid. So beta hydroxybutyric acid is also called 3-hydroxybutyric acid, and beta hydroxyvaleric acid is also called 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. So here you see the reaction, beta hydroxybutyric acid. So here you see this is the carboxylic group. There are three carboxylic group containing 4 carbon atom is called butyric acid or butanoic acid, and here on the alpha carbon is a carbon attached to the next to the functional group. So this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. To beta carbon OH group is attached. So this is beta hydroxybutyric acid. While this is beta hydroxyvaleric acid, also known as 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. So here you see the parent carboxylic acid is of 5 carbon. This is pentanoic acid, and on the third carbon OH group is attached. So this is 3-hydroxypentanoic acid, also known as beta hydroxyvaleric acid. So these two N molecules react, N molecules of water is given out, and water is given out, OH is given out from the carboxyl group, and H is given out from the OH group. So ester linkage is formed. This is the molecule of PHBV. So PHBV polymers, based on source, they are synthetic polymers. Based on structure, they are branch polymers. Based on mode of polymerization, it is formed by the condensation polymerization. Based on intermolecular forces, it is thermoplastic. Based on type of monomers, it is heteropolymer. And based on biodegradability, it is a biodegradable polymer. Now, the next one, nylon 2, nylon 6. Nylon 2, nylon 6 is a polyamide copolymer of two amino acids, glycine and E-amino caproic acid. So it is also a biodegradable polymer, as we said. So let's see the reaction. This is glycine. Remember, amino acid glycine, CH2, NH2, COH. And this is E-amino caproic acid containing 5 methylene groups, NH2 on one side and COH is on the other side. So when it is heated, then water is given out and nylon 2, nylon 6 is formed. So a polyamide polymer having this amide linkages. So H is given out from NH2 and OH is given out from the carboxyl group. Water is removed and this nylon 2, nylon 6 is formed. So nylon 2, nylon 6 polymer, what are the qualities? Let us see. Based on source, it is synthetic polymer. Based on structure, it is a linear polymer. Based on mode of polymerization, it is formed by condensation polymerization. Based on intermolecular forces, it is thermoplastic. Based on types of monomer, it is a heteropolymer. And based on biodegradability, it is a biodegradable polymer. So these are some of the questions. How PHBV polymer is prepared, how nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer is prepared. These are 2-mark questions which are often asked. Write the name of the chemical structure of monomer used to prepare PHBV and the name and chemical structure of monomer used to prepare nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. So these are some of the commercially important polymers. So just go through this. Okay. So these are some of the commercially important polymers. Polyvinyl chloride. Monomer is vinyl chloride. This is the formula of the polymer. It is used in making water pipes, raincoats, flooring. Then polyacrylamide. Monomer is acrylamide and the polymer is CH2CHCONH2 and it is used in electrophoresis. Then urea formaldehyde resin. It is formed from monomer, urea and formaldehyde. This is the formula of the polymer and it is used in making unbreakable dinnerware, decorative laminates, etc. So Gliptal, the monomers are ethylene glycol and phthalic acid. This is the polymer and it is used in making paints and lacquers. Then polycarbonate, it is made up of bisphenol and phosgene. The monomers are bisphenol and phosgene. This is the polymer and is used in making electrical and telecommunication hardware, food grade plastic containers. Then the next one is thermocol. You must have seen thermocol. This is made from air-filled thin balled beads of polystyrene. So the monomer is styrene. This is the polymer and non-biodegradable styrene can leach when heated. Therefore, it is banned. Then, historically, the term resin has been applied to a group of substances that obtained as gums from trees or manufactured synthetically. So what are resins? Resins are the solid or highly viscous substances obtained from plants or synthetic origin and is typically convertible into rigid macromolecules called as polymers, and this process is called curing. So this viscous substance left for some time, it converts to the polymer and this is called curing. This process is So basically curing is a chemical process which is employed in polymer chemistry and process engineering and it produces a toughening or hardening of a polymer material and this is because of the cross-linking of the polymer chains. So basically if you keep the polymer material for a long time, the cross-linking takes place and it becomes more hard. So this is called curing. Resins are usually mixtures of organic compounds. Okay. Now these are some of the questions. What are synthetic resins? Name some synthetic resins. Synthetic resins are actually resins, typically viscous substances that convert into rigid polymers by the process of curing. And these are polymeric materials which are better than plastics like thermoplastic and thermostatic resins. When these are previous year board questions, you can go through this. Thank you. So this completes the chapter. If there are doubts, you can definitely ask. Okay, thank you.